Can you guess where it is? This place is definitely a hidden gem in Hong Kong that you should visit. Also, we'll go through some Chinese words in Cantonese together. So, let's go! Surprisingly, this place isn't known by many people, including the locals, but I think it deserves more visitors. But before we find out where this place is, let's go through some basic info first.
Here is a setup of an old Hong Kong public housing unit.
The official name of Hong Kong public housing in Cantonese is called 公共房屋 or 公共屋邨, but we usually just call it 公屋. For people who grew up in public housing, including myself, will say 我喺屋邨長大.
When you think of public housing, or some countries refer to it as social housing, what is your first impression?
Growing up in a Western country, my husband's first impression about public housing was that it's mainly for homeless people.
It was until he visited Hong Kong for the first time, he realized it was a different case in Hong Kong. Do you know that public housing plays an important role in Hong Kong? According to this website, there were more than 800,000 public rental housing units in Hong Kong in 2023, and as the chart shows, the number will continue to rise.
Since the cost of living in Hong Kong is really high,
香港嘅生活指數好高
especially when we compare it with the average income of Hong Kong people. Public housing has definitely helped a lot of people living in Hong Kong. This hidden gem that I'm going to share with you is a museum in 深水埗博物館深水埗.
It is called 美荷樓生活館. 美荷樓 is the name of the building. 生活 means living, and 館 means an indoor place. So it's a place that shows you the history of this building. Here is the address. 九龍深水埗包域街70號石硤尾村41座. As you can see, an address in Cantonese always starts from the bigger area to a specific place. Using this address as an example, we start from the region 九龍 to the district 深水埗, then to the street name with the number 包域街70號, sometimes with an estate name, in this case 石硤尾村, then the specific place with the building name 41座. It also has another name called 美荷樓, which was renamed in 1981.
美荷樓. Although the name of the estate is called 石硤尾村, it's actually closer to 深水埗站 if you're taking the MTR. 深水埗站.
According to Google Maps, it's around 8 minutes walk. 由深水埗站行過去大概8分鐘到. Here we are. Here is the place. This building is preserved as a heritage museum, and part of the building is used as a hostel as well. 美荷樓 is from one of the oldest designs. This type of building is labeled as H style because it was constructed like the letter H. This bright orange color is not its original color. Now with its eye-catching color, you won't miss this building.
The main entrance, 正門 of the museum, is on the right-hand side of the building when you get there from the main street. 正門. This museum has 2 levels. Since taking video isn't allowed there, I only took some photos to share.
The ground floor has 10 areas to display everyday life of Hong Kong people from the 50s, including 街市、大排檔、涼茶鋪、飛髮鋪、戲院, etc. In each area, you can see different props.
So,
they make you feel that you were back in time.
Now, let's go through some of them together. 街市. When I was a kid, my mom used to take me to the 街市 to buy fresh fruit because the supermarkets didn't sell them. I didn't really enjoy it that much, to be honest, because it was dirty and wet, especially when you went past the fruit stores. But as I grew older, I started to appreciate it more because their fruit is usually fresher and cheaper than the ones in the supermarkets. 大排檔. I remember as a kid, We sometimes rented the Dai Pai Dong for special occasions, like celebrating birthdays. There are not many Dai Pai Dong left in Hong Kong nowadays. Have you tried them before? 涼茶鋪.
Here are a few drinks that are sold at the 涼茶鋪. If you're interested in those names, you can find the video with the link down below.
When my dad got a little bit unwell, he sometimes bought a bowl of
廿四味. It is believed that it can help clear the internal heat of the body.
I don't know how effective it can be, but I remember how bitter it is. And there is a saying in Cantonese,
苦口良藥, which means that bitter medicine is a good medicine.
飛髮鋪. This is like a barber shop.
飛 means fly in Cantonese. There is a saying that the word 飛 is a loan word from the English word fade.
So for a fade haircut, people usually go to a 飛髮鋪. For a proper hair salon, we usually call it 髮型屋. 髮型屋戲院. From memory, going to a cinema used to be a luxury activity.
I remember my first movie watched in a cinema was called 小腳板走天涯, The Land Before Time. I can't remember what it was about, but I remember it was a special occasion for us as a family. There is still one old-style cinema that can be found in Hong Kong, and it's called 寶石戲院, and they still mark the seats manually. Besides displaying different places, they also have other topics. For example, this section displays some toys and games from those generations, and I have played with some of them as well as a kid. Let me show you a few.
This is a yin, and we usually say pet yin, as it is the name of the game. Pet yin. It happens that I still have one at home. This game is quite challenging for me. Have you ever tried it before? This game is called 東南西北. It's similar to the game called Chatterbox. 東南西北. Instead of using the common names on the outside, we use the names of the directions.
東南西北.
It is a 橡筋繩. 橡筋繩. We used to collect a lot of rubber bands to make our own ropes. We usually brought them to school and play with friends during recess. It was one of my favorite games when I was in primary school. Now that we are done with the ground floor, let's go upstairs.
This floor has different setups that show you different housing units, so you will be able to imagine how it feels like to live in those places. There are also some descriptions of the history of this building. In a quick summary, many people lost their homes because of a big fire in 1953. 美荷樓 was then built by the government, which was the first step of public housing. Here is a model of how it looked like in the old days. I recommend you to take some time to read the descriptions. There is also an interactive game which is quite fun.
互動遊戲
個互動遊戲都幾好玩㗎。呢個地方帶俾我唔少童年回憶。If time allows, you could also stop by 嘉頓山 and 嘉頓麵包. At 嘉頓山, you can look at the view of 深水埗, and you could buy some Hong Kong snacks at 嘉頓麵包.
If you also like this place, please share this video with your family and friends to promote this place. And of course, if you can hit the like button, it will give this video a boost. Do you know the names of the common parts of a house in Cantonese? This video will give you the answers.